Plan if they cannot land Kevin Durant. Mark Stein reporting the Knicks could give a considerable one-year offer to Boogie Cousins. Now, remember, he only played 30 regular season games last season at Achilles, but he did average over 16 points. Shannon, where would you rank Boogie among the available free agents right now?
Well, he's down. He's out of the top 10, Skip. I don't see him as a top 10 free agent. Just looking at the list. But it makes sense for the Knicks, Skip, if they swing and miss on all the big-time free agents. I don't see someone giving him more than a one-year deal, considering his injury history. Achilles injury coming off the quad injury, and given his age. So I can see them giving him a 1 year, $10 million, $15, maybe even $20 million deal, Skip, because remember, you miss out on KD, you miss out on Kawhi, you miss out on Kyrie, Kemba, Jimmy. What other options do you have? And you just hope he can resurrect. Now, he was never above the rim player, but he has zero lift now, Skip. Those injuries have robbed him of what little lift that he did have. Can he get that back? I don't know, given his age and this injury history. But I don't see someone, even after this year, committing more than 2 years. You don't want to get stuck 2 years in a deal and paying him $25, $30 million. With his injury history, I don't see it happening. But it makes sense for the Knicks, considering they're probably going to swing and miss on all the free agents.
I am a DeMarcus Cousins fan, and I still think he has big game left. And I got you. He didn't look quite the same last year, but I think he'll look stronger and stronger as next year progresses. I agree with you. Long term, it's a little scary. But next 2 years, I think he's going to be a dominating inside presence.
Okay.
And I know it didn't work out with Anthony in New Orleans, but man,
it was working out, Skip. They were playing well till he went down.
I got it. But it wasn't, it didn't quite pair up the way you thought it might, because they were such close friends. They just play too much the same way. They're just, they're too close to the same player. But this guy, boy, you're saying not even top 10? I'm going to remind you, since his rookie year, he's the only player in the NBA to average 20 and 10, and that's with a minimum of at least 550 games.
Right.
But he's going to give you 20 and 10 when he's right.
Right.
He's got touch, he's got girth and mass, and he can. We saw flashes in the final. He just took the game over because he's got firepower in him. Does he always play as hard as you would? No, he doesn't always play as hard. It's kind of Zion-like, except Zion just plays hard every dribble of every possession.
But you remember what he liked when he was on a young team and he was a dominating voice in there in Sacramento. My thing is, Skip, is all the other free agents, with the exception of KD, has a clean bill of health. He's the only one that's coming with those questionable. He's not Kemba. He's not Kyrie. He's not Kawhi, Jimmy Butler. I'm taking Vucevic. Vucevic was an all-star, and he has no injury history. So that's why I got him ranked where he's ranked, Skip. I don't think he's a top 10 of the available free agents. Can he get back now? If he was 100% healthy, he's a top 5 free agent. But he's not.
Great stuff, gentlemen. Looming questions that will soon be answered in free agency. And still to come this morning, we're going to answer the question, is LeBron about to bring one of his buddies to L.A.?
Which
we'll
buddy?
discuss that.
That's fine, I got it.
So that guy, whoever that guy is, you can call him by any name.
Just call him 2-time Finals MVP. We live with that.
Okay. Best two-way player in basketball, as I told you 2 years ago. Okay, where does he land? What's your educated best guess?
Look, I spoke with his Uncle Dennis Robertson.
You spoke to him?
You know, actually, you read that when he came out, and this was about a couple weeks ago, when he came out and said that the problems that they were having in San Antonio. You actually read the story, so I appreciate you, Skip, giving that some pub.
Yeah.
But,
by the way, do you like Uncle Dennis?
Uncle Dennis is fine with me, man. I don't have no problem with Uncle Dennis.
Yeah, well, I ain't got no problem with Uncle Dennis either. I like Uncle Dennis.
The Spurs had a big problem.
I ain't got no problem with everybody. I ain't got no problem. But he told me, there were some things, there was some trust built with that organization. Just going throughout the process. Obviously, they came into a situation. It was a little concerning and a little awkward because, they went and traded away DeMar DeRozan. We've seen what DeMar, his camp had to say about how that was handled. So now they're stepping into something I don't know if we can trust. DeMar's saying this. But what they done with the medical staff, the trust with the front office, and obviously this magical season, look, they're seriously considering going back to Toronto. If you would have asked me this 3 weeks ago, I would say, nah, LA Clippers. I think when it's all said and done, he's going to meet with a handful of teams, and I actually wrote this when I reported the opt-out. I think it might be between Clippers and Toronto. In the end, he'll meet with others, but I think it'll be between those two. In the end, is my own opinion, and I think, look, man, it's hard for me to see him leaving Toronto after the way that thing happened. It's hard for me.
But the hidden agenda in San Antonio, the hidden agenda was to get him to the Clippers or the Lakers, whichever worked out.
But why are you staying in Toronto?
Well, I'm just saying that was the plan before Toronto happened. And I agree with you. I don't know how they could do any more, but you're still in Toronto. You like the Raptors, but you're still in Toronto.
Hey, you said it's like it's he's still in.
Well, Lou Williams.
You see Lou
Williams says it's like you're playing overseas.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's. I mean, theoretically it is. I mean, you're in Canada. It's not America. I get all of that, but I said it was 60-40 because Skip and I, we talked about this on Monday, and I said last week, I said I believe it's 60-40 that he goes back to Toronto because it's hard for me. There've never been a reigning Finals MVP leave his team.
Yeah. Well, I'll say this: if there ever is one,
it's
Kawhi. It was number two. It was, this guy. It's not about. We hear him talk. He talks about basketball is just for fun.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't take this too seriously. For him, it's all about comfort and trust. Those are
things he didn't have in San Antonio. That's why
that eroded. Look, this is one thing. This is one thing Uncle Dennis told me in the story. You didn't read it, Skip. It was like you cannot tell a player how hurt he is. You can clear him all you want. The medical staff can clear him, but there are still psychological hurdles. There's still pain that you can't detect.
Especially if you want to get to L.A.
Stop. You ought to stop.
Okay, speaking of L.A., last quick question. Lakers wind up with what pieces alongside Anthony and LeBron?
I think they have a good shot to land. He's probably not the marquee free agent, but D'Angelo Russell coming back to L.A. makes all the sense in the world.
Does it? I don't know. LeBron likes that basketball.
It makes sense. No, what I'm saying makes sense just from the fact that Kyrie Irving is going to Brooklyn. I think D'Angelo will be expendable over there. So you look, and I think they will get a meeting with D'Angelo. So somebody who can catch and shoot, which you have to be able to play off the ball when you're playing with LeBron James. That's D'Angelo. I think he's mature. He's more mature. He's a more proven player.
I hope so.
And you look at all the guys out there that's left. Who else is out there?
We need quality pieces. Give me a Jeremy Lamb. Give me guys that can catch and shoot. Give me J.J. Redick.
You take those over D'Angelo?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
You know D'Angelo Russell had the third highest usage rate behind Russell and James Harden?
I understand.
So what does he need?
But that's not what he needs. That's what he needs to do in Brooklyn.
Okay, so what? He's not going to be with LeBron?
Yes.
You know what the third option is. The third option is never that guy that we originally saw him as. Chris Bosh was never the 2010 guy. Kevin Love was never the
roster out. You got that guy's an all-star now. He's an all-star now. So you looking at filling the roster out. He's a complimentary piece. You got to bring him on. He can catch and shoot. He can handle the rock.
Debate for a whole nother show. Guys, great stuff this morning. Chris, we really appreciate you being here.
Shannon was on that yak last night. Look at that birthday. You see?
We've got more Undisputed coming up next, including Boogie Cousins. Is he worth a big contract? Skip and Shannon are debating